What is up, guys? Delboy here, bringing you a quick preview for the World Boxing Super Series card that goes down this weekend in Chicago, Illinois, USA. As you can see, in both of the main fights, the Cruiserweight division will be showcased. We will start with Mairis Briedis versus Noel Gevor. This is a fight where I expect Briedis to win, and I expect him to win it relatively comfortably. I have seen a bit of Noel Gevor in the past, and he's not a terrible fighter by any means, but you know, he's like a European level operator. He's a guy who has a good tight guard, good jab, good right hand, you know, orthodox stance. He looks quite strong, he looks quite durable, but above European level, I think this guy is going to struggle. He does the basics well, but doesn't really bring much else to the table. Not a big puncher, not especially quick. You know, he's not dynamic. And I can't really see him giving Briedis too many problems. Briedis, he's a lot quicker, puts his shots together better, bigger puncher, more experience. Briedis to me is quite comfortable on the inside. He can counter, he can box at range also. You know, Briedis is just a lot more well-rounded in comparison to Noel Gevor. So I expect Briedis to win this fight. I expect him to win it well. Maybe Gevor can go the decision. I'm not sure. Gevor looks quite tough, so I wouldn't be surprised, but you know, I wouldn't put any money on it per se. But yeah, that fight, not too much to really look out for there. Briedis should win that. But the other fight here, Krzysztof Glowacki versus Maxim Vlasov. Now this is a good fight. Obviously, this card is in Chicago, and you know, Chicago holds quite a big Polish contingent, and I'm sure that's why this card is in Chicago, because Glowacki's fighting. He's going to bring the fans out. They're going to make for a great atmosphere. But Glowacki versus Vlasov, that's a very good fight. We all know about Glowacki. He was the former WBO Cruiserweight champion. He beat Marco Huck after Marco Huck's long reign to become the champion, and he lost that belt eventually to Alexander Usyk. To me, Glowacki, you know, he's a good fighter. He's a world level fighter. He's top 10 in the division, brings good pressure, good power, you know, quite big for the weight, quite durable. You know, Glowacki, you know, he's a handful at top 10 level. Usyk beat him quite decisively, but below that level, I think he gives everyone a hard night's work. I really, really do. But yeah, Glowacki, really good fighter. Maxim Vlasov, now he's a guy who, he's kind of gone under the radar. Now, originally this guy was actually a light heavyweight. If you recall, he fought Gilberto Ramirez, and he gave Ramirez a tough fight. You know, that was quite close. You can see it there in 2015. That was at 170. And I felt he gave Ramirez a tough night's work. And since then, he moved up to Cruiserweight. And as you can see, he's coming off some good form. Wins over Duradola, Ismail Shilak, Rakhim Shakayev. You know, there's some decent names there. So Vlasov is coming off some good form. And, you know, he's made Cruiserweight quite well. He looks quite good at the weight. He's got good hand speed. As you can see, he's tall and long for the weight. He's got an awkward style, good counter puncher, like I said, good boxer. He can frustrate you. He's that type of fighter. This is a good style matchup. You've got the boxer in Vlasov versus the come forward puncher in Glowacki. I think it's a good fight. I really do. Can Vlasov make the most of his height and reach advantage and keep Glowacki at bay? Or is Glowacki's pressure going to prove to be a bit too much? I've seen quite a few people online actually pick Vlasov in this fight. There's people out there who are quite high on Vlasov. I think he's good. Is he durable enough to take on these hard-hitting cruiserweights at the highest level? I'm not sure. Like I said, he's got some good wins at, you know, like the mid-tier level. Guys like Duradola, guys like Shakayev, you know, they're decent fighters, but they're no Glowacki. And Vlasov has been down at cruiserweight. He has been hurt at cruiserweight. So I'm not sure how he deals with the power and the pressure of Glowacki. I think what you're going to see I think Vlasov is going to start well. I think he'll actually give Glowacki quite a few issues with his herky-jerky, awkward style and his boxing and his range and his length. But after a while, I think the pressure of Glowacki, the constant pressure, will become a bit too much for Vlasov. And down the stretch, you're going to see Vlasov get outworked and potentially stopped late on. But I can see this one going either way. I think this is a really good style matchup. Nobody's talking about it. But on paper, it's a good fight. It's quite well matched. And potentially, you could see an upset there. I do think Vlasov has a good chance. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good fight. That's the best fight on the card. As it's quite obvious, really, isn't it? Apart from the two main events, there's not too much on the card. Arthur Mann, he's a prospect from Germany. I've seen him before in the past. I wasn't too impressed. Again, like a European level guy. Okay, nothing to really write home about. He's fighting a guy called Alexei Zubov. That might be a good fight, who knows. But apart from that, not too much on the card there. But fight of the night, Glowacki versus Vlasov. I'm really looking forward to that bout. Share your thoughts below. Tell me how you expect these fights to go. And yeah, just comment below. Peace.